So did he get into Germany then, or was it just France that he was in?
He was at Lille in France, and he was at... he went further in and that. And then the retreat started and come off them beaches about last off, and now the 5th Battalion of the Borders. They were the last battalion off. And he said it was terrible, you're not like...
It's just history, isn't it? But it's someone that you know being part of history.
Aye.
And it must have been shocking what was going on.
Oh, it was terrible, that. I mean, they were just there on the beaches, up until out.
Yeah. So did he come back in a little boat? And
They were very lucky, like, and this Rita Crothers that I worked with at Carlisle, her husband was in the same battalion with Edwin, and she come on the phone one day to me, or she contacted us somehow, and she said, have you got any word, Rita? Because she says, I've got word from Steve this morning, he's all right, and he's got off, and he's on his way home. Well, Edwin was quite a few days after that, like. And, he said, it was terrible on them beaches, like. I liked watching it it's been on the telly a few times, you know, Dunkirk beaches, and it was interesting, but it must have been awful for them.
did you know how bad it was at the time then?
Oh, I think so, aye. Yeah.
Yourself, I mean, did you know how bad it was?
And yeah, because I was sure I was never going to get home, like. But we had got married on the week's leave, and he come on the... Did he come on the Sunday? And he to go back on the Friday, and we got married. He must have come on the Friday, and we got married on the Saturday. We went to Blackpool at 6:30 on the Saturday night for about 5 days honeymoon in Blackpool. And then it's to report back on the Friday. And that was him away for 5 months again. And he never got another leave for 5 months. But, and then neither wonder he run when they told him he could come back for the railway. Oh, he hated it.
It wasn't much of
And he got to be a corporal, and then he got to be a sergeant, because he was always... He had to have things polished and spit and polish, you know.
Yeah.
And he was picked out the smartest soldier umpteen times, like. He used to come in a letter. I've been chosen again for...
So did you get the wages paid here then? How did you go on for money when he was away in the war?
How did we get on for money?
Yeah.
Well, they got so much, like. But it wasn't much, and I was working at Carlisle, and we just had to save his bit money for to get the house together when he got out.
So what was your wedding day like?
What was it like?
Yeah.
Oh, it was lovely. I had a white wedding, nice. It was nice. It was at it was in the co-op.
On Botchegate?
Aye, in the cafe upstairs there. Well, everyone went in there for the weddings then. Yeah. Oh, Marjorie's was in the Silver Grill. She was a bit better, but it was a good lot of years after, like. And, but at that time, I went to... And my mother, she had Martha, me, Elsie and Dot, all inside of about 5 or 6 years, you know. They all got married one after each other.
Yeah. Be an expensive do then.
And she had all them dues to make, aye. Hello, you gotta... I have some of the bills, I could show you them.
That would be good, yeah.
You gotta... It was what you called a high tea, you know, in them days. It wasn't like a hot meal, you know. Cooked ham, salad and cake and scones and stuff. And it was about 2 and 6, 3 and 6 a head, you know.
How many people went to your wedding? Any idea?
I think there was 60 at mine.
So well, it's only your family, isn't it?
Aye.
By the time you get your family all there, and
Yeah, well, that made quite a lot, like. And you only could have so many friends, you know, but...
Yeah.
I mean, you couldn't get into everybody. because you didn't have the money to do it.
So the Co-op had got all the weddings sorted out, it got all the funerals sorted out.
Aye,
So it was
yeah.
just the christenings that it needed to get, and then it got everything.
Well, I think they just more or less had christenings in the house then, you know, a cup of tea at home. And I don't think they had many christenings, but all the weddings used to be in there. It was a quite good night, you know. You got the use of the big hall upstairs, you know, and you used to have to hire a band and that kind of thing, eh? And
so that would be in the early 40s when you got
aye.
married. So how did you get from home to the... Did you get married in a church?
Aye, Trinity Church.
Trinity. So how did you get from home to Trinity and from Trinity to the Co-op?
Oh, just in the taxis, £1 a head.
So
£1 a head for a taxi, but £1.
in cars?
Aye.
Will
The
that
big
be-
Co-op taxis, I wonder how much they charge now for them.
That'd be hundreds for that.
Aye.
'Cause
Oh, a wedding now costs a quite a lot of money, like. 4,000 or 5,000 there, maybe more.
maybe more, So it was a nice day.
Aye, we had a nice wedding. And, well, they had Elsie after me, and then Dot. They both had theirs in the community centre at the Raffles, the reception. You know, the big community centre they had up there at that time. And